All right, Geek Outings. Welcome. Today we're doing One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Morty, Rick and Morty, Season 4, Episode 3. Son of a bitch, I'm in. This is Ed, San Antonio.
As always, Bobby Joel Cole here, coming to you live from Santa Monica, which also happens to be the newest location for HeistCon. So check it out if you're in town. And Ed, you beat me to it, but you son of a bitch, I'm in.
Rob, Lucy, Loose Dog, coming to you from Southern Oregon via LA. Got to repping the LA hat today. Anybody who hasn't seen this before, yes, Season 4, Episode 3, spoilers ahead. I'm in. Let's roll.
All right. Once again, Lucy's just starting in on this. This is his second episode ever.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of a weird place to start, but we're trying to keep it current. Obviously, this is just a mockery of every heist movie ever made, kind of rolled into one. They start off right off the top with just Indiana Jones references, one after the other after the other. And after that, honestly, I kind of got lost because I'm not a big heist movie guy. I had to actually look up heist movies. All I knew was like Indiana Jones, what's that when they do the magic
They
shit?
did the Ocean, it's 11, 12, and 13.
That's the other one.
References.
Now you see me, now you don't. That's the other one. So, Lucy, what was your impression right off the bat?
Well, after last week's shitty episode, bottom of the barrel, scraping the grime, this was an entertaining episode. I was entertained throughout. I thought it was maybe a little bit more layered than you're talking about, Ed. Because they were talking about like I don't know if you want to call it like a double entendre, like, okay, it's a heist TV show about heist movies, so they're literally ripping off ideas from these other heist movies and incorporating it into their TV show, which I thought was clever. And then what I thought was really kind of bizarre was that Sinestro looking dude. Are they ripping off DC for this guy that looks exactly like Sinestro? Like it's a rip-off show. And
I hear what you're saying with that, Lucy, but what I thought they did to actually get away from being a complete just kind of cop out on its own by making fun of their own genre is when they came up with, here is a sign or a sine wave of every heist movie or whatever. And so to not be caught by computer bot or whatever the guy's name was, we have to do completely random things at completely random moments, like the one guy going to the roof of a store and doing one-arm push-ups. I mean, I thought that was just like creative and goofy and stupid.
And then also don't forget that the whole episode is actually a heist of Morty's dream to be a Netflix writer.
Oh, okay. So yeah. So what I was watching it very critically because I was not impressed, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna watch this one and look for the little kind of nods and idiosyncrasies.
So, Mr. Poopy Butthole's back, Bobby. What'd you think about that?
I thought it was interesting that they decided to bring him back for this adventure, but I thought it was great that Mr. Rick, what was he saying about Mr. Poopy Butthole students, that they just had a high aptitude for being like brainwashed and like ninja fighting or something?
Yeah,
you'd be surprised how susceptible they were. Like, what?
Because they were into Pan-African womenens studies.
Right. Right.
And I rewatched it, and if you look at everyone in that class, there's, first of all, one black person, one black woman. The rest are white people, and they all look like kind of hipster, douchey. And if you look in the right hand, on the very far right-hand side, that guy is stoned out of his mind.
Wait, nobody with dreadlocks? They didn't have any white dreadlock people?
No, but they had a lot of bearded white people. And
you know what I'd like to say that I picked up on? I just had a strong feeling of it. It was something I mentioned in the last episode. now that I've seen it, this concept, it's been reaffirmed, like, of Rick being like the guy that beat the game and has all the cheat codes. Like when they're walking through the Indiana Jones thing and their shield, everything's like tick, 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 tick. Like even the boulder just like bounces off them. It's like everything that would just be death is like
that's
nullified.
Not a regular. Is that not a regular aspect of the TV show?
I do think this season is showing him a little more per episode how little he has to try. I think the previous seasons have shown him kind of like struggle a little bit. And like you said, like the anti-booby suit. As soon as they walk into the Temple of Doom, so to speak, he just says anti-booby suit, and then everything bounces off them. And, you know, the snakes drop on him, which is direct Indiana Jones reference.
What a waste of snakes.
Exactly. Which character did you guys find the most interesting? Because it's a lot of random characters, and they have a lot of weird, like...
Elon Tusk, for sure. Like, he's like, hey, just walk over here for a minute. Like, like he's not controlling. Hey, let's talk about this over here.
No, I agree. He's the most interesting to me because they also theorize about Elon Musk being more bullheaded because he never had to deal with the social stigma of having tusks.
So,
like, it's like,
are either of you fans of heist movies in general?
If they're good, sure.
I enjoy them. The Italian Job.
Layer Cake.
Two things I've never seen. Never heard of.
Really?
I like I said, I looked up heist movies just to try to figure some out. And there's actually one called Heist from like 30 years ago. I was like, what the fuck? Like,
and how about the scene where he goes, all right, and first off, I love the whole, like, you son of a bitch, I'm in. And then even the spray, you son of a bitch, I'm in. Like all this. And then so the whole audience is like that. And he goes, I want you guys to rip off every square inch of HeistCon. And they start ripping that guy apart. Like it gets gruesome and dark really quick.
Well, then, Rick is like, oh, that went a little bit too far.
Yeah.
I didn't see that coming. Like he even commented on that.
Dude, I love the fucking Truckula. That guy made no sense. The vampire truck, like truck driver, like he's the vampire or the truck's the vampire. It had the teeth and shit. I don't know. That was just kind of weird. He didn't last very long, but
it's very. It's like it's an adult SpongeBob SquarePants in a lot of ways. You know, it goes so fast, like super short attention span. Like, but that scene where like Morty's like, oh, is that the guy? No, but it's a funny little like thing that car's doing. It's like, oh, is that the guy? Nope, that's not the guy. And then, you know, cynical ass Rick is just sitting there. Nope. That's the guy. But you don't even believe it. Like that's just a random like Dracula truck. He's like, okay, I'm gonna pick that one.
Right. No, yeah, I know exactly which scene you're talking about. The truck.
So an adult SpongeBob SquarePants. That is that's how I would describe this 2 episodes in.
That's good, man. You're definitely getting the gist of what it is. So, Lucy, you get to see a little bit more of Rick and Morty's relationship, especially in the beginning of the episode when he's like has him.
Okay. Their relationship. Again, I'm critically watching this based on what you guys were saying.
I want you to know something about the history of Rick and Morty and its inception, in case you didn't know. And now you'll see the parallels of to tell you if you didn't know it. Based off of Doc and Marty from Back to the Future. They got sued and had to change it. They got sued and had to change it. It was originally called Doc and Morty, I think, instead of Doc and Marty.
Doc and Marty,
and it was
Rick and Morty.
Incredibly sexually oriented. It was like really bad. Oh, it has Morty going down on Doc and like all this stuff. But so they got a cease and desist. And Justin Rowland, whatever, and then that ended up being Rick and Morty.
That's what it's about. Talent is usually the best way to get your foot in the door.
Or you could just say lab coat, rip off Doctor Strange.
Yeah, very good, very good. see.
Just so they will do Marvel and DC shout outs every now and then, like, which is
I thought that, you know, in the context of the heist movie, like, and just saying, okay, we're gonna blatantly rip off Doctor Strange's coat right now. Here it comes.
I also thought Poopy Butthole's fighting style was a little bit like Yoda in episode 2. When he's fighting with the cane and jumping around everywhere. When he's fighting all the students that he ends up getting fired for.
I didn't put that together right away, but I'll have to take. Well, I'm not going to take a second look. I'm going to leave it where it's at right now. I thought it was a decent episode. I don't want to overanalyze things because it sounds like I have plenty more to go. For sure.
Faux show. All right. You want to just close this out? Oh, before we close out. Ventriloquiver. Ventriloquiver is the best.
Oh, that's hilarious.
The best stupid character I've ever seen. And I don't even know why. I don't know if it's a boy or a girl, to be honest. But that little, like, where her eye is, like, coming down, up at all moments. I don't understand why. This is stupid. I really enjoyed that character for no good reason.
You know, it was hilarious. That was a nice little joke. I'm like, okay, like, if every episode has like a cool little joke like that, and it seems like it has multiple jokes like that.
Yeah,
you know, there was that. There was the Elon Musk thing, Elon Tusk.
I will say that this episode is not reflective of all episodes, because I feel like most episodes do have a story, and it does kind of like have a beginning and an end. And this episode kind of was like joke after joke after inside joke, and then it's like plot twist, you know, double cross, and like there was no real story to be told. And I think going forward you will see like a lot of these same jokes and characters, but they'll be like a lot smaller form and actually in the story. But at least you did get a good sense for how the ridiculousness of
Lucy's 10-rung ladder. This Rick and Morty episode made it to the 7th rung. I was intrigued. I was watching it critically. If this was the first episode I had watched, I would be more intrigued to watch more than that last shitty episode, which I will say in hindsight was more not a 5-rung lift, but a 3-rung lift. I'll agree with Ed on that one. So yeah, I'm looking forward to, at this point, I'm looking forward to watching the next episode and see where it goes from here. And ultimately, reviewing episode 1, season 1.
Nice. Now I'm excited to get your take on that, and I'm also excited to even get the chance to rewatch them. I've seen all those early episodes like at least 4 or 5 times a piece already. The rewatchability, because it moves so fast, is very high on these episodes. Like, you'll find funny things on so many different viewings.
Closing out, 4 lifelong friends in different cities talking about Rick and Morty, because apparently that's what we do now. Closing out, Editor, San Antonio.
All right, and keeping on with the geeking on. So not freaking out when we're geeking out. Bobby Joel here from Santa Monica. Looking forward to the next time we get to geek out on something fun. Take care. Check out our other shows.
Yeah, very good. I'm having lots of fun doing this. I hope everybody out there in the internet is having fun watching us. Like, comment, subscribe. Love replying to the comments that everybody's leaving. Look forward to our next episode. Peace.
Later.